In the athletic world, he is one of the few who has delivered championships in two different sports. Coach Joe Gibbs first led Washington to 3 championship titles in professional football, which have since landed him a spot in the Sports Hall of Fame. After retiring, Coach Gibbs found much success with NASCAR. As a matter of fact, Joe Gibbs Racing has won 3 championships under his ownership, and he hopes to add more to that list. We are honored to welcome the coach to Delmarva Life today, just ahead of Sunday's 57th running of the Great American Race, which is the kickoff of the 2015 NASCAR season. Coach Gibbs, thanks for joining us.
Hey, Jimmy. Great to see and talk to everybody up in Maryland. We appreciate all the Redskin fans. I want to say, hey, this afternoon, we appreciate you having us on.
Well, let me jump in here real quick. What are your thoughts on the 2015 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series, the Daytona 500? What are you thinking?
What am I thinking? Well, the first thing I'm thinking, it's very hard to win this race. Think about it. We've been here 24 years, and we've won once. We've won the qualifying race. We've won the shootout several times, but this is a hard race to win. We're excited about all 4 of our cars this year. We think, obviously, we got the crispy number 18 car behind me. Kyle Busch is going to be driving.
Right.
Every time you see him come off that corner with that bright green M&Ms, you're going to know that's him. We've got Denny Hamlin, we got Carl Edwards, we got Matt Kenseth. So we got a great lineup. I will say this is one of the hardest things I've ever done in sports, is to try and win this race.
Man, so what do you think of Kyle's teammates? How are they looking?
I think this is obviously I feel like our best lineup. We have 4 top flight drivers, all veteran guys. We have 4 real good crew chiefs. And by adding the 4th car, Carl Edwards, what we've brought on board is a chance for to have a veteran 4th guy to try and solve all the problems. You get to a weekend on a racetrack, many times you get off to a bad start, you can't quite find the right setup.
Right.
We now have a 4th guy to try and help us find it.
And there you go. And I know I'm going to ask, so I'm going to go ahead and ask, how do you like driving at the Monster Mile in Dover?
At Dover, we love Dover. Won there several times. We love coming to that part of the country. We have big hospitalities there, where a big part of this sport is our sponsors, just like M&M's here. A big part of that world around Dover, we have a lot of our bigger companies. And so it's a big hospitality weekend for us.
Right.
We get a chance to visit with a lot of our sponsors, and it's a big deal. We love the racetrack. It's banked, it's fast, and it's fun for the fans.
Coach, you think there's a key to driving on the concrete there?
I think some drivers probably like it a little bit. It's interesting to me that you could have 4 of the best drivers in the world, and I would tell you this, that Denny Hamlin rates that as his hardest racetrack.
Yeah.
He just Dover, when he hears Dover, he starts, and then yet you got Matt Kenseth, you got Kyle,
right,
and you got Carl. All of them like that racetrack. They want to go to the racetrack. They think they have a chance to win. So it's always been interesting to me that you can have veteran guys with tons of experience, but yet they'll either have favorites or they're a little afraid of a racetrack. And so that's what you kind of find, particularly at a place like Dover.
Coach Joe Gibbs, thanks for your time this afternoon. Can't let you go, though. What do you think of this just finished football season? Any thoughts on what we just finished up with?
Well, I think we had an exciting season, and I think, it comes down to the end of a Super Bowl like that. I know that Seattle, I've been in that situation where you got to make tough calls. That's certainly going to be a tough one for them to live with. But that can happen to you in sports. It's the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat.
Right.
I've made some similar type calls, and so you kind of hate to see that, but you also know that there was the thrill of victory for the Patriots. So I think it was an exciting year in football for us.
What about the future for your former team? Any keys to get them back on track?
Yeah, it is. I think we got to get the quarterback situation solved. I think in RG3 we got somebody that's won a division 3 years ago. We've had injuries at the quarterback position. But I think if we can get that settled down and we have a good draft, I think we got some playmakers, and I think we got the potential to get right back to playing great in one of the, I think, toughest divisions in football, the NFC East.
Good season to come. Coach Joe Gibbs, it's been a privilege talking with you this afternoon. Thank you so very much. Now, if you'd like to read more about what Coach Gibbs just had to say, all you have to do is go to WBOC.com and click on our picture at the top of the page. Now, something else that has four wheels, the food trucks that you can find on Delmarva, but not all towns are jumping onto the trend. Up next on Delmarva Life, WBOC's Lindsay Tuckman tells us why one Sussex County community hasn't seen too many food trucks set up shop just yet, and if that could soon change. And that's not all. Lindsay also joins us in the Delmarva Life kitchen. She's teaching us to make her mom's homemade pimento cheese. Delmarva Life will be right back.